What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We are in the Yukon Denali. It is a 2004 Yukon Denali, and this thing has defeated me, guys. We have had a second gear shift flare forever, and basically it goes to second to third gear, it shift flares. It'll run after it grabs a gear, it's good, won't slip again, and that's really the only issue we've had. It slams first pretty decent, but my other Yukon does that, and it has no other issues, so I'm not too worried about that. A good firm shift I'm okay with. You know, as long as it's not slamming in. We've had that issue with this one. We had one of the solenoids go bad in the transmission, and the computer sensed that and just give full line pressure. So every shift, it just about knocks your teeth out. And that shop that we took it to fixed it. We've took it to them 4 times for warranty work. It continued having a second to third gear shift flare. Did some research about it. Found out one of the things that usually is put in these transmissions to counter that or to keep that from being an issue is a Corvette servo. So I put a Corvette servo in it. That's what I was holding in the other video. Now, the first time I put the Corvette servo in, I, as an idiot, did not check and make sure the retaining clip was fully seated. And it sprayed fluid everywhere. Luckily, I'm driving it. It didn't hurt it. I caught it in time. It looks like it only lost about 3.5 quarts of transmission fluid. On the blacktop, it looks like I lost about, 100 gallons. Like, it looked bad. But, oil tends to do that. Anyway, luckily we didn't hurt the transmission. Problem that we're having now is I don't have fourth gear. So there's a good chance I cut one of these seals or damaged one of the seals that go to the O-ring or go to the servo when I installed it. If you see where I have to put this thing in, like under this truck, there's no room. I actually had to cut out some of the heat shield in order to do it. I had to sit there with a screwdriver and a hammer and like chisel out some place to get this thing in there. It was hard. 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes of just sitting there hammering stuff out of the way. I was able to get the old solenoid, or old servo out and get the new one in. But I'm pretty sure I've cut something. So the problem that I have is my hands, I have arthritis in my hands. I am 34 years old, I have arthritis, and I have a lot of issues with my hands. Doing small, tedious things where you got to put pressure on something, my hands sometimes can't do it. They'll lock up, and they tense up, and they hurt. It's really hard for me. And that C-clip, that retaining clip, is one thing that has really challenged me to be able to get up in there. I've got it on twice. We went back and corrected the issue yesterday. The servo's not leaking now. Everything's working like it's supposed to, except we don't have overdrive. Called the shop. I know you could flip that the Corvette piston upside down and do that wrong. I am 99.9% sure I didn't do that, because that was one thing I was double checking, triple checking, and quadruple checking that I did not do when putting the servo in. That doesn't mean I still didn't do it, even though I visually remember not doing it. I've felt that way before, and I've still been wrong. So hopefully it's something simple, but he believes as long as that thing's in the way that's supposed to be. We've torn the seal. He said they're really easy to tear. The way the inner part of a transmission, a lot of that stuff is cut. They're very sharp areas in those in the internal of a transmission case. So there's a good chance it just made a nice little slit in that piston O-ring. And it can't seal now. Hoping that's all it is. He's going to check the transmission over. We're done with the other transmission shop. They have really failed in every aspect. They got it fixed the first part of us getting the transmission back. It lasted maybe 400 or 500 miles. It did great, and then just fell on its face. Started having issues. That's when we had an issue with the line pressure. And all the gears shifting like hard as hell and about throwing your teeth through the window, even though I don't have dentures. Still about knocked my teeth out. And we just kind of washed our hands with him. He's not very happy about it. There's some other stuff going on there, but I'm not going to talk about it on a video. Not until everything's settled. So we'll see how that goes. And hopefully it goes well and in our favor. It might not. If it don't, that's fine. I just want the transmissions fixed. We're going to use this to pull the Nova. It's got the 6.0 in it. I mean, it has no problem with power. The problem is right now, it is doing like 2,500 mile an hour going 2,500 RPM, 2,500 mile an hour. Oh crap, that'd be insane. This thing would blow apart. It's doing like 2,500 RPM at 55 mile an hour, which is, this thing's already terrible on gas. I don't need it to be any worse. So, hopefully they get in here and they don't find something wrong. I use a shop out of Cherryville. It's spelled Cherryville. We call it Cherryville. You will get picked on around here if you don't call it Cherryville. It's just a southern thing. You live around here long enough, you may not understand it, but you'll get it. You'll just do it. So anyway, we're going down here. They're the ones that rebuilt the transmission in Big Heavy. I would have used them originally, but they couldn't get me in the time frame I needed to use this vehicle to go to the beach. The vehicle we were going to use to go to the beach let us down unexpectedly, and this one kind of fell in place. We were going to wait a little longer to fix the transmission because the shift flare was the problem we had originally, and the rear main was just pouring oil everywhere. But yeah, now we're hopefully going to get it up here, and he's going to look in there and get everything sorted out for us. I hope so anyway. I'm tired of dealing with it. Like, we have had nothing but issues out of this truck. Almost all the gaskets on it are new. I was chasing that oil leak, hoping it wasn't the rear main. Then I popped the window off of the inspection window in the 4L60 bell housing, the bottom part. And that's when I realized that there's really no getting out of doing this. Because we knew we were going to have to replace the transmission, or at least get it worked on, but you could still drive it the way that it was. You just had to be easy and let second gear go in. As long as you let out the gas, it wouldn't flare. And then after it shifted in, it was fine. Everything was great from there on. So it was drivable. It was uncomfortable, but the oil leak was our problem. So we knew he was going to get that fixed at some point. But anyway, this is my preferred shop by far. They are fantastic. Anybody around here will tell you that they're awesome. I had people recommend me to him, and me and him talked for like an hour after I got Big Heavy's transmission back about drag racing. He actually owns, I believe, a 69 Nova Black with a black vinyl top. I don't know if he'll show it to me again, and if he does, I doubt he'll let me video. I don't know. He's a really cool guy, but he's kind of old school. He might would let me do it. I don't know. Let's see. But anyway, this has been the video. I just want to let you guys know, I feel terrible not working on my own stuff. Like, having the ability to and just being tired. Like, that's me. Like, I watch people have their race engines built, and I just don't have that in me. That, I'm poor. But anyways, hopefully get it fixed. Just giving you guys an update. There'll be a lot more of the Denali on the channel. Hopefully not of it being a piece of crap, but probably. Anyway, we'll catch you guys on the next one.